Second down and a couple here for Olympic into Buccaneer territory. The 6-minute mark here. Hand off to the running back, and he's got the first down and more. Whoa! Nice job by McGee. Keyshawn McGee running it for the Trojans.
Keyshawn is he's the multi-purpose guy, or one of the many multi-purpose guys on Olympic. He has several runs and 11 runs for 136 yards, and then is a killer on defense as well.
Yeah, the Trojans have moved it down to the Buccaneer 32-yard line. First down. Pitch back to the running back. It's McGee once again. He's got room. He's down to the 20, to the 10, and finally driven out of bounds.
All the way, where is he? Down to about to the 10 is where he's at.
Driven out by Alex Barrett, but a nice job by Keyshawn McGee once again.
Last week, Keyshawn had 66 yards running for these Trojans, so he's really starting to get finding his groove.
Well, last week the Trojans beat Port Angeles up in PA, and as you mentioned earlier, Kingston taken Bremerton to task down at Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I don't think any of us predicted that one.
I sure didn't. First and goal to go for the men in blue, and there's a hanky.
Number 2 bringing him down. That's Ali Chiquiti.
And McGee was the carrier, but we'll have to look and see what the flag is for here. A hold against the offense.
Ooh, that hurts big time.
Well, that'll move them back 10 if Kingston accepts it, which they probably will. We'll see. Talking to one of the defensive captains out there, who happens to be Garrett Rouser.
That's what I love about the small teams. What you missed last week, Doc, with Coupeville, they suited 20 guys, or maybe 22. So
that's what you said. That's incredible.
How they even finished that game, I'm not sure.
And didn't you say something about the whole school only has 300?
That's what they told me.
Plus?
I don't think they were making that one up.
Okay, first down again, but now it's first and 20, almost 20 to get down there to the end zone. Ball up in the air and intended out there. I believe that was...
I think it was 7. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was my guess. Wide receiver Colton Wade. He actually was going to retrieve the ball out towards the fence in the dark area there. Second and 18 now at the 5:26 mark for the Trojans. And again, quarterback McInnes under center. I formation, pitch back to the running back, number 34, Logan Madison. And he gets taken down at about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be a loss of 3 yards. Going the wrong way right now for the Trojans.
Good D there. And yes, indeed, they're going to move it all the way. Well, looks like they'll place it on a 21.
And since...
So it's now, they've got to go, I think they can get a first down, but they've got to get it down to within the 2-yard line.
About the 2-yard line, exactly. Now, if they were a passing team, this extra space might open up options.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking to pass. But McInnes, yeah, he's got it out there. And incomplete pass, it would not have counted anyway because his receiver was out of bounds. And that's going to bring up fourth down and about 21 yards to go for a first down and about 23 to go for a touchdown.
There's a timeout on the field with the Trojan down. The staff out there led by Scott Peck.
Can't see who it is. Well, 4:35 to go in number 1 here at Silverdale Stadium. It's October 10, and I can't believe we're have 4 games left to go in the season.
That's not possible.
Regular season.
No,
I know.
absolutely
That's what I'm
not.
thinking.
Well, I think part of that is it's just been so nice. Even today, it has turned out much prettier than anyone predicted.
And despite the fog early on, fairly warm out there tonight so far. We do have a little bit of a wind coming from the south, which, of course, might make that field goal consideration from 45 a little more which end you're at.
Well, and the person who is their, like, everything kicker is Michaela McInnes, and I was looking at stats on his PATs. He's only made about half of those. I don't know if he's actually attempted any field goals.
It was actually a Buccaneer down, number 21,
you're right.
Jonathan Ginza, a senior, but he's up and walking off. A great training staff. Of course, Olympic Trojans closer on this sideline, so Scott heading out there to check it out. Mark Kluth is the athletic director for North Kitsap.
The trainer for the Buccaneers is Marja Jarnson.
Well, 4th down, and they're going to go for it, Kitty.
Not a real big surprise.
Again, that basic I formation. Drop back. McInnes' pass just over the outstretched hands. And he was trying to get it to Harris. So the Buccaneers return the favor, and they will take over on 4. Well, I saw this is game number 2 in a doubleheader. Central Kitsap played game number 1, and it was coming up. I saw our buddy Norm Johnson out there. And I said, geez, Norm, we need more field goals in the high school game. He laughed and said, yeah.
I think there are a lot more than there used to be, by far.
Well, than there used to be. I would definitely agree with you on that one, Kitty. So the Buccaneers will take over. Ball at their own 21-yard line, 1st down.
Finds a hole.
Little bit of running room there. Good job by Rouser finding that hole.
And so far, kind of as we predicted, this has been a battle of the defenses. They've at times let yards happen, but no scores.
2nd down and about 4 to go for that first. They're going to put the ball on, that looks like the 27-yard line. And now we have another whistle out there. Equipment malfunction.
So it looks like, yes.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Love how the referee helps him get it straightened out. That's the way it should be.
That's right. Okay, 2nd down, about 4 for the Buccaneers. Clock is running. Collette with the handoff once again, and a pickup of a couple on that by Rouser.
Had a Trojan in the backfield, not able to bring him down, only had ankles.
That'll bring up 3rd down and a short 2, maybe. 3:30 on the clock here in this 1st quarter. So far, not a whole lot of penalties. And clock, of course, continues to run with the running game.
Previous game with CK did eventually go to the running clock with a resounding win over Shelton High Climbers.
And that'll keep CK up there in that 3A Narrows lead. Oh, nice job there. It's a 1st down for the Buccaneers.
Nice choice of plays. Had a couple of blockers for him and got himself the 1st down.
So Jack Coletto, the QB, keeping it. Jack's only a sophomore. So Coach Harder must like that, even though he lost a lot of seniors from last year's team. He was pretty pumped up about this year's group coming on up, and it always works good, as you can see with North Kitsap, when you got sophomores and juniors getting some real significant playing time.
And they haven't had a chance to bring in like any extras, but you look at their sideline, they don't have a lot of extras from the looks of it.
Yeah, that's true. Compared to Olympic and CK that spread their other players 3/4 of the field. Loss of 1 on that one. 2nd down.
Really nice job by Olympic getting into the backfield and not letting any gain on that play.
So in league, Kingston at 1-2, and Olympic actually tied with NK at 2-0. NK down in Bremerton tonight. Uh-oh, a little stumble, but a nice job of making a yard or two on forward progress. Ryan Lash carrying it.
Ryan is senior.
That's going to bring up third down now and about 7. Ball out to the 37-yard line. Jack Coletta back in that shotgun. Oh, I thought that one was going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Keisha McGee definitely getting the finger on that one because there was a seam that had he hit his receiver, he might have gone.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's going to bring up fourth down, and the Buccaneers in their own territory are going to have to kick away at the 130 mark here in number 1. And they will have the wind at their back coming pretty much directly out of the south tonight here at Silverdale Stadium. Oh, good punt. Picked up at about the 25-yard line by number 20, McGinnis, and he's up to the 40, cross field to the 50, and will finally be brought down at about the 34-yard line. Keyshawn McGee for the Olympic High Trojans.
There's your all-purpose guy getting some all-purpose yards.
Special teams, offense, defense. That's one of the great things about high school football is the kids get to play both sides of the field. They don't do that even at college these days. You don't see it.
No, it's got to be a mighty tiny college before that happens anymore. It's very specialized.
First down for the Trojans into Buccaneer territory. We're getting towards the end of quarter number 1, and we have whistles blowing and a yellow flag down. It's going to be a false start against the Trojans. That'll move them back 5. It'll still be first down, but first and 15 now.
You know, after you've had that great run back, that is certainly not the way you want to start.
And again, I don't think we've seen anything but the I formation out there so far from the Trojans, who started out with that pistol. And Coach Quatavas said, that's not working real good. That one's carried by Jaredon Chenard.
Junior listed 5'10", 205 pounds. Good-sized young man.
Good for a running back, all right. He'll pick up.
He's actually listed as a fullback, Doc.
Oh, all right.
Believe it or not.
He'll pick up about 7 on that and bring it up to about second down now and 8. We're under a minute in quarter number 1. Oh, hand off again to Chenard, and he'll pick up a nice 5 or 6 on that. We've got 20 seconds left here in the first quarter, and we will see. It looks like they're going to wait for the clock to wind down, take a breather at the quarter break here. But a pretty good first quarter, even though there's no score on the board.
Exactly. They've done a nice job out there.
Well, we're West Sound TV. Spencer Anderson's on the camera for you, and Kitty Campani on one microphone. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr from West Sound TV. Thanks to Kitsap Sun for streaming it live. And we will be back with that second quarter shortly. Well, here we go. Second quarter coming up at Silverdale Stadium. We're West Sun TV working with the KitsapSun.com. Thanks for the Sun.com. Thanks to Amy's on the Bay, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, and Peninsula Motors. As we get ready to begin number 2, zeros up on the scoreboard, and we want to welcome in on that other microphone, Mr. Derek Foster.
How you doing, everybody?
Well, Derek, what did you think about that first quarter?
I think it was a great quarter. You can definitely tell that Olympic has shaking off the rust with going back to the run-first offense. You can tell with Michaela's drop that he's having to see differently with the drop back instead of with the pistol when you're facing. So noticing some adjustments, but I still like what I see out there, and I like the spread offense that I'm seeing out of Kingston as well, too.
Well, that first game that we did with Olympic was the Battle of Buckland Hill, and Olympic really impressed me with their defense in that first game.
I would agree. They came to play. Their defense was flying around, and they had a high energy level, and that's what you need is a high motor to hustle and make good plays.
So the Trojans with it deep in Buccaneer territory, and they are down to about the 5. Well, they're going to place it at the 9-yard line, but that's going to be a first down and goal to go for the Olympic High Trojans.
That was a great job of blocking by the interior linemen. They set it up, they got their blocks upfield, and the running back had a clear lane to get a first down, and that's what you look for when you're getting the red zone. You want to go straight at the middle and keep the defense guessing out there.
Just underway here in the second quarter, and the Trojans are knocking on the door at the 9-yard line with a first down and goal to go. Olympic League 2A matchup here at Silverdale Stadium tonight. Oh, and that's going nowhere. A nice job on defense that time by the Buccaneers, and one of the guys getting up off the bottom is Joshua Ills.
Yeah, he did a great job of shedding the blocks down there and seeing the play and attacking the football. And that's what you want out of your linemen, is to attack the football and get there until help shows up to make the tackle.
So made it back to the line of scrimmage, but that's just about it. Second down and goal to go for the Trojans. Michaela McGinnis there in the under center. Hands off to the running back. And it's into the end zone. Number 21, Marcus Harris, coming around from that end position. I was looking at the running back there.
He had me fooled, but when I saw the ball in the air, I saw great focus by the receiver. You know, with the guy in his hip pocket, he was making the catch falling away. So great job, Ole.
Man, a good job by QB McGinnis on that one.
Yeah, McGinnis is a very athletic and very talented player. He's kind of the heart and soul of this team. You have the guy he's the quarterback, the kicker, the punter. These guys rally around him, so it's good to see him leading his team through that. You know, but there's a lot of game left. This Kingston team, they came to play.
And it will be Michaela McGinnis attempting the PAT. Ball is down and blocked at the line of scrimmage. So 6 points on the board for the Trojans, but they score first at the 10:09 mark in quarter number 2.
That was a great job by Kingston's D-line. I saw 4 white shirts in the backfield coming from all angles. So that kick didn't look good from the start, but you have to give hats off to Kingston's defense for pressing on that, which can be considered a routine play in most levels of football, the extra point, but these guys didn't give up.
Well, yeah, like you said, at most levels, it's considered a pretty sure 4-1.
Yeah.
But nice job on the D there, and who knows, a couple quarters down the line, that 1 point could make a big difference.
It could, and it's made a big difference in plenty of games over the course of the season, so we'll see what plays out here.
Well, the Trojans on homecoming night score first here at Silverdale Stadium. And they'll get ready to kick it away to Kingston. Kingston coming in 1-2 in the league, and the the Trojans at 2-0, tied with North Kitsap at that 2-0 on top of the Olympic League. And I believe, as I remember, last year North was on top and Kingston was the number 2.
And there's still a lot of season left to go, so these playoff spots are up for grab. I believe we get 4 spots for this for this league going into districts. So with the standings that close, anything can happen. I mean, it's kind of you have to win out to control your own destiny here.
That's the way it's working this year, that's for sure. And yes, 4 spots, the first 2 get the home field, which is a biggie.
Cool.
All right, Kingston will bring it back and bring it out almost to the 30-yard line. And Alex Barrett running it out for the Bucks. They will take over, and looks like they'll place it on about the 29-yard line.
It's a good field position to start, especially with their spread offense attack. A lot of options here if they want to run it or they want to throw it, obviously. What I saw in the first quarter is, you know, with the spread option, you have the option to attack the outsides or up the middle, and there's just so many avenues to attack the defense. So we'll see what they do here.
Quarterback in that drop back position, the shotgun. Quick pass out to that far side, and a nice pickup of about 3 or 4 on that to Garrett Rouser.
Anytime you can gain over 3 to 4 yards on a first down play, that sets you up. That opens up a lot more of the playbook to try some things and take some shots downfield or to grind it out. You have a lot of options at 2nd and 5.
And it's always, like you said, good to see a few yards picked up on number 1. So 2nd down, about 5 for the Bucks. They'll hand off to the man coming around this near side, number 8, Ryan Lash. He'll move it on up to, looks like they'll give him the first down on that. They'll put the ball down just on the nose at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, this is a great play, especially by number 14, Garrett Rouser, the running back. He set a great block on the edge, which sprung the receiver to gain an extra 3 yards on that play. So hustle plays like that are what help your team move forward.
And again, it's just hard to see all of those little blocks by a running back or those big boys up front taking care of business. But nice call there, Derek.
It's definitely a team game and a lot of little nuances where everybody has a huge role.
Man in motion for the Buccaneers, sophomore quarterback Collette. Getting chased out of the pocket and put down for a big loss. Almost back to the 10-yard loss to the 30-yard line on that.
Yeah, Blake Washburn, the sophomore, hustled through his block. He had a good motor going on, didn't give up on the play, and he pursued and got the good sack.
2nd down now, and move the ball back to the 34-yard line. They've got to get up to the 50 for that first down. So about 16 to go now on 2nd down.
Like Ole's defense has a single high safety.
Hand off to Rouser, and not a whole lot of room there. He picked up a couple on that, but number 59 for the Trojans right in on that. Blake Washburn once again.
Yep, 2 plays in a row, big stops. Again, as I said, with the 2nd and 5 situation, your playbook opens up. But when you're kind of in a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 14, 15, your playbook shrinks dramatically. So you have only a few plays. The defense kind of has a heads up. You're either going to pass it or maybe even do a draw. But you have a lot less to worry about as a defense in a 3rd and long situation.
And Buccaneers are going to have to figure something out here to pick up about 14 yards on this one, get her up to at least that midfield stripe to keep going in this series. And we have a whistle and a flag from the back judge.
Looks like they're backing them up. I'm wondering if it is a delay of game penalty.
We haven't seen the signal yet from the man in the white hat. But it is a loss of 5. 3rd down now, and make it 19 to go for that first.
Now Kingston can pull this first down off. That's going to be a big spark for the rest of this drive for these guys out here.
Fake the handoff. Quarterback Collette wants to go to the air. He gets a short one, but that's not going to help much. And stopped by 21 there initially is Jonathan Genzo. It's good to see him back in the game. And brought down, not even up to the original line of scrimmage.
Now that play was successful for Olympic because their backside coverage had all the receivers covered, so the quarterback had no options to go to, which allowed the rest of the defense to get there. So, I mean, I would credit that play to the secondary of the Trojans.
And he really had no room to run. He was coming to the short side of the field, and a couple of Olympic defenders right there in front of him. So,
exactly.
4th down, and the Buccaneers will boot it away about the 6:10 mark here in number 2.
It looked like he was kicking into the wind a little bit there.
He definitely is, but it got a semi-decent roll. And the Trojans, I think, were wise just to stay away from that, the way that ball was moving. So with a little under 6 minutes to go here in the first half, the Trojans up 6-0. They take over on their own 39-yard line.
It's always great to have for any team to have the lead, you know, at this part in the half trailing. I mean, again, with Ole with the run-first offense, they can really take a long possession and grind down some clock if they can execute their plays here. In Kingston, they really want to get off the field quick so they can have a chance to have the ball before the half runs out.
First down for the Trojans. McGinnis with the handoff to his running back. I'll pick up about 2.5 on that.
Nothing doing on that play. Kingston read it and they snuffed it out. That was a great job by the second level of the linebackers to get in there, and they got the play again. So now it's it's a 2nd and long still.
Yeah, they give him a couple on that one.
A couple yards, yeah.
So 2nd down now for Olympic. McInnes under center. Handoff to the running back. Yeah, boy. Kingston figured that one out pretty good.
It did. That was a hard hit. I felt that up here.
It was to Madison, and he got stopped after a couple. Ball's going to be placed at the 45 to bring up a 3rd down and about 4 to go for the first.
It'll be interesting to see what Olympic does on this play. As we know, they've switched from the pistol offense, so let's see if they're going to take it to the ground or take it to the air on this play. We'll see.
Well, so far it's pretty much been a full dose of quarterback under center. And I was going to say, it looked like we had a full house back there. But timeout, and that'll be charged to Olympic with 4:40 left to go here in the first half, and the Trojans leading the Buccaneers 6-0. Well, the Trojans doing a workmanlike job out here, and with 3rd down and about 4 to go, they wanted to be sure they had all their ducks in a row.
Exactly. I mean, got 2 good plays up the middle. I mean, and sometimes too, when you run plays, what you're doing is you're running plays to set up something different later in the game, whether it's a play action or if it's a fake up the middle to kick it to the outside. So a lot of times what you'll see with coaches is they'll run a play knowing that it won't work, but just to get the defense to bite on it and get used to seeing that, and then you'll do something different later in the game.
Well, we will see what Olympic will bring up here on 3rd down. Olympic does have some options. There's no doubt about that. They've got some running options. They've got a quarterback keeper option, and they do have the quarterback potential pass.
Exactly. And let's not forget about receiver Colton Way, too. He has a good yardage total coming into this game as well, too.
Man goes in motion. It's a straight drop back, and yes, indeed, up into the air. And unfortunately could not connect with Evan Quatavas, who was open and in 1st down territory.
I think that was a good play call by Olympic. Just needed to settle down a little bit. It was there. McGinnis just needed to settle down, set his feet, and get the throw, but I'm sure he's going to get that next time. I mean, these coaches, not only are they coaches for the players on the field, but they're also teachers, so they know how to work with the kids on both sides. So that's what's cool about high school football, seeing the progression throughout the game all around.
4th down, and Olympic is going to go for it. They got to pick up 4 yards here to keep this drive alive. And again, he had the receiver maybe a little low and a little hot for Quatavas, but turnover again on downs.
Yeah, I mean, It is a turnover. It's a gutsy play call, but knowing how Olympics defense is playing too, I can see why the coach would want to make that call. At the same time, Kingston with that spread offense, they have great field position, and I'm anxious to see how they're going to attack this. I mean, starting from the 45-yard line, and see where they go from here, especially with under 5 minutes left to go on the half.
Man, this is probably one of the better starting positions that the Bucks have had tonight. Up into the air for Colette, and ball is dropped.
Doc, you talk about better starting positions in the half, and you look at the score being 6-0, and some games are just grind out field position games, and it's who can have the best field position, the shortest field to start, you know, to score that touchdown. And sometimes games shake out like that, and it's a chess match all the way till the end.
Those old Seahawks fans of us remember Ground Chuck.
Chuck Knox.
That's right. One of the greats. Second down now for the Buccaneers. 2nd and 10. Man goes in motion. Collette again looking up into the air to pass. He's got an open receiver. In fact, he had two, but just missed him.
That was a great route combination by Kingston on the right side. What they did, they had two guys attacking three defenders. And at that point in time, when they cross routes, as a defense, you have to be disciplined enough to know if you're guarding a zone, if you're guarding a man. And when they cross, do you stay on your side or do you take with your man? And Kingston had him beat, but the throw was just a little off. But if they go back there again, I'm sure they'll find pay dirt.
Jack Larson and Barrett were the two receivers there for the Buccaneers. So 3rd down now and 10 for Kingston. And we got a flag out, which will stop that play.
Usually when they blow it dead before it starts, it looks like it's a false start.
Well, that'll drop them back 5 and bring up 3rd down and 15 now as they move the ball back to midfield. And of course, the clock stops with the penalty. We have 4:23 left to go here in the first half at Silverdale Stadium.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with Keyshawn McGee playing single safety, playing a little center field back there to see if they attack him high.
Oh, coming around on that outside, but Collette does a nice job of getting the ball away. Rouser will take it up close to that first down, but not quite enough. They're going to place it on, it looks like about the 37-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down. Yeah, it's going to be close to the 36, and they have to get to the 35.
Be interesting to see what play call is. Looks like they're going to call a timeout to think about it. No shame in going for it, in my opinion. I mean, looking where the game is going as a field position battle, you know, let's see if they take a shot.
Well, they probably don't have a Norm Johnson to kick the field goal out there for him. So, and a punt with 4 minutes left to go in the half puts maybe Olympic way back there, but just as easily puts him on the 20.
Exactly, which is pretty much a 16-yard punt.
Right.
You know, so I mean, you might as well go for it at that point.
And I had an old friend of mine who was a fullback for a long time who said, well, if the fullback and the quarterback can't get that yard, what are they out there for?
Exactly. Well, they're not pros, so we can't say they're not earning their paycheck.
That's right. But yeah, I'm sure Coach Harder is going to have them go for it here. And that's the setup. Again, though, they're back in that shotgun.
1 yard to go for the Buccaneers.
It looks like Olympic set up to play man defense here, so we'll see what happens.
4th down and a little over a yard. Another timeout. Oh, no, false start. And the Buccaneers shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, those are tough. False start penalties are, you know the snap count, but you know those are. We'll see what they do. Now that kind of forces the hand where they kind of have to punt. I mean, a 4th and 6 is a dicey situation.
It's a whole lot different than at 4th and 1. That's for sure.
I agree.
And that's a shame for the Buccaneers, but it does look like they're going to kick it away. 3:52 left to go in the half.
Wild things have happened, though. I'm not surprised about fakes anymore these days. I mean, it's just there's just no holds barred anymore.
We got McGee back at about his own 5. And there it is, the fake, and it's a 1st down. The Buccaneers make it, and getting up is number 24.
I mean, I guess
Joshua Ills taking that.
I mean, a lot of times you see, again, those routine plays. You think they're going to punt it, and it's easy to just assume the kick's going to be made, but you have to keep your guard up.
All right, I love it. 30-yard line is where they're going to place the ball for a first down, and 10 for the Buccaneers. Down by 6 at 3:30 to go in the half. Coletta is being hassled out of the pocket, and he finds the receiver down to about the 22-yard line.
That's a great play by Kingston. The receiver he didn't go all the way up the field. He saw his quarterback was endangered, stopped short, and was an outlet for him. But Ole's defense, what they need to do here, they know that they can stop Kingston's offense, so they have to keep their heads up and still play tough and not just, fold in, especially after that fake punt that they gave up.
Second down now and a couple. Coletto's going to the air. And an incomplete pass for him. Bring up third down with 2:50 left to go in the half.
It's almost like they got another life there. I mean, those passes are kind of dangerous when they start getting tipped in the air. You never know who's around to scoop it up.
Third down now for the Kingston Buccaneers. Ball is at looks like about the 26, 27-yard line. Got to get down to that 20. It's actually on the 22. Oh, come on, look at that. Oh, Rouser fighting for every inch. A good job, though, by the Olympic Trojan defense.
The defense did a good job of swarming to him. And as a running back, you're taught to keep your feet driving. As a defense, when you're tackling, you have to do the same thing. You got to keep your feet driving and push your momentum through the tackle. And Ole's defense did a great job of that. But I will give credit to the running back as well, too. He kept playing through the whistle, just almost like Marshawn Lynch does. You never see him stop until the whistle's over.
And they're going to say he lost a little bit on that. So fourth down and close to 3 to go. Handoff again to Rouser. Rouser puts his head down, but he's not going to make it. He's going to come up about 1 yard short on that fourth down.
That's a big stop for the Olympic defense with 2 minutes to go in the half. We'll see if they take this momentum down and can get in position to score.
And once again, Coach Quatavis's D for these Olympic High Trojans does their job.
They do it well on that play. I mean, again, it's easy to give up a fourth down and think, oh, man, like, we let that one go. But they kept their heads in the current play, and they fought tough.
Those last two defensive stands, those last two downs were big ones for Olympic. They've got 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in this first half. They take over on their own 21-yard line.
Well, and just think, I mean, the offense started their drive on the 45-yard line.
Oh, handoff coming around to this near side, out to the 35, 37-yard line is number 27, Carl Tye Johnson II.
Looks like we got a flag down. It looks like it may be something on the defense or on the offense for possibly an illegal block, but we'll see what the officials call here.
Yep, block in the back against Olympic. And that'll move them back.
As I was saying previously, you could tell how much of a field position game this is, where Kingston, they started their previous drive in Olympic's 45-yard line and only made it to about the 22-yard line, so about 14 yards gained in that entire sequence. So these defenses are really battling it out tonight.
Well, we're at the 2-minute mark here. It is not the 2-minute timeout. It's not the pro game, but it's 2 minutes, and the clock will start with the snap of the ball. Trojans with first down. Lost a little bit, but they'll put their heads down, go up through the middle, get back about to the original line of scrimmage there at the 21.
See number 20, Keyshawn McGee, come into the game. Look to see a little more explosive plays from the Olympics offense here as time is winding down in the half. We'll see what they do.
Well, at this point, maybe you just want to grind it out and head on into the locker room.
Very true.
If you're the Trojans, they're up by 6.
Yeah, in today's game, you see a lot of spread offenses and score, and score some more. So I guess that's where my head was at.
We got 2 receivers split out wide to the far side. And indeed, McInnes up into the air. Evan Quatavas was the intended receiver on that. Little high on the pass, maybe.
It was great pressure by Kingston, and they got in the backfield, and there was great coverage on the back side of the play as well, too. So not a lot of options there, and when you have people in your face, it kind of, messes up your throwing lanes, and you feel pressured, and your decision-making isn't always as good as when there's nobody in your face or no pressure coming from the pass rush.
3rd down and 9 for that first down for the Trojans. Hand off. Look out. We got running room. Out to the 40-yard line. Midfield for number 20, Keyshawn McGee.
That was a great block on the left side of the line. They sealed the rush, the pressure coming in. They sprung the runner, and that was a great run. I mean, especially getting good field position. You're at midfield with a minute to go. That's a great momentum builder for the Trojans.
Well, I was going to say, with a minute to go at midfield, now you might want to work that ball towards the end zone. And I'm sure that's what the Trojans are thinking. Guinness with the rollout. Going to the air. He's got the open receiver and completion to number 7. Colton Wade.
Wow, that was a great throw by Caleb. I would say gutsy because the defender almost had the interception. And honestly, I thought it was picked off, but Wade stayed with it, hauled in the catch, and took it to pay dirt.
Yeah, that looked like that was going to be an interception for the Buccaneers right there. But, man, just got through that defender's hand, and Wade was right on it.
And McInnes did a great job, too, as he was escaping the pressure. I mean, with his athleticism, the defender couldn't take the proper angle to get in his way, so he had an open lane to throw, and then we just saw the rest happen.
43 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Trojans put another TD on the board. And the PAT is good this time. So the Trojans take a 13-0 lead here in the first half with 43 ticks left on that clock.
Now again, I mean, the spread offense attack that Kingston has, I mean, I'm sure if they execute properly, they have 2 timeouts left. They can put some points on the board or get in position to get a quick field goal before the half.
And you know, it was that one play. One play moved Olympic out of their territory up to midfield and gave them that momentum that we can take her on.
It changes the mentality from being
Sure
conservative
did. You could see that.
Yeah. I mean, you're in scoring position, and now it's like, let's take some shots. What do we have to lose at this point? And again, with the field position game, if we get 3 and out from this point, we're still punting and pinning them back deep in their territory.
So the Trojans put another TD, and this time the point after is good. 13-0 with 43 seconds left to go in the first half, and homecoming night for the Trojans. The Trojans back to the land of Troy. Pat and I had the homecoming game up at North Kitsap a couple of weeks ago, and North came away the victor on that one. It's always fun to win, but even better when it's your homecoming game.
I mean, you want the atmosphere in the school the next week to be very positive, and that's what these kids are playing for tonight.
Low kick picked up on the 5-yard line by the Buccaneers. There's some running room, and a nice job that time by Alex Barrett to get it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
I do want to point out number 46, Hayden Sather on that play. He's a running back on the kick return. He turned around as he was watching the play develop. He turned around, found his guy to block, and sprung an extra 4 yards out of that play. It's hustle plays and awareness like that are what propel your team to success in pay dirt.
Whistles everywhere, and our referees say we should probably take the tee off the field.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to have any injuries or anything. I remember a couple of years ago, well, not a couple, but probably more, almost like 14 years ago, the New Orleans Saints, they used to have a collie, a dog, run out to midfield and grab the tee and run it back.
All right, the Buccaneers get a pass complete, and they'll pick up about 8 or 9 on it, actually. But the clock is ticking, and now they do have 2 timeouts left. They're not using them yet. 19-18. Coletto being chased out of the pocket. He's still on his feet. He's got a short guy, but he wants to take it himself, and that's going to take up almost the entire clock. And it will be a first down. They'll move the chains, timeout the Buccaneers, but there's only 4 seconds left in the half.
We'll see what they draw up here. I mean, they got 50 yards to go for the end zone. This last play, so you can't shoot for a field goal opportunity. But it was a good job by the offensive line. They didn't cross the line of scrimmage, so the quarterback still had the option to throw, which is you see on a lot of plays where the quarterback is scrambling, you'll see linemen advance to set up a block of field, and then the quarterback throws, and I mean, obviously that results in a penalty. But
the illegal receiver downfield,
exactly.
And there was not a hold called.
Exactly.
That's another one you see quite often in a situation like that.
Yeah.
So 4 seconds left to go, and Kingston can take the Hail Mary. We'll see if they do. First down right at midfield. I'm kind of surprised they didn't use one of those timeouts on the play before.
Exactly. I mean, you can't take them home with you, so you might as well use them.
And thanks to the nifty new scoreboard here at Silverdale Stadium, we have the TOLs listed up there.
Nice. Yeah, I saw them putting this thing up in the summer, and it was nice to see that they're making some upgrades here. 4
seconds left to go in the half, and Coletta looking to go somewhere, and he's going to the green, down to the grass, and that's going to end the first half here at Silverdale Stadium, and the Olympic High Trojans lead 13-0 over the Buccaneers. Well, what do you think? They're a pretty good-looking game so far. Really, both sides playing pretty solid. Olympic, though, took advantage and did what they needed to do on both those offensive drives.
I would agree. I mean, a lot of times people will look at a score of 13-0 and say it's just a defensive game, but you know, these offenses, they're finding their spots, and they're looking good out there. They're making good plays. I'm seeing a lot of hustle plays from linemen and people where the ball is not going. So this is a great game here. I mean, we'll see what the coaches come out with at halftime after their adjustments and see what's in store for us next. But I wouldn't go to sleep on this one.
Well, we want to thank Derek Foster for sitting in on that other side there on the microphone, Mr. Spencer Anderson on the camera, and streaming it live for the KitsapSun.com. And that live stream is made possible by the sponsorship of Peninsula Subaru, Mitsubishi, Triumph, and Husqvarna Motorcycles. Kitty Campagna, our producer here. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr for West Sound TV, and you're absolutely right, Derek. I think this is going to be an interesting second half coming up after the homecoming festivities. So we'll see you for that second half shortly.
Please give a warm welcome to your Olympic High School Trojan Marching Band as they prepare for the season. Tonight, the band will be performing Applause by Lady performance. Please give them another round of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big cheer for our homecoming game halftime coronation. We ask that you please hold your applause until all the names have been announced. We would like to thank Scott Alexander Golf for use of the golf carts this evening as they help them get down the track faster.
What about the team? What about Washington State? I heard 767.
And now, coming down the track, from your freshman class, Lord Keaton Dean and Lady Courtney Jellicoe. From the sophomore class, Logan Madison and Ashlyn Jamrog. Welcome your junior class court. Duke Colton Touchdown Wade and Duchess Annie Jesse. And now your senior class ruling court. Michaela McGinnis and Isabel Tyner. Chase Santos and Natanya Fon. Monzon and Kate Kichiki. Put your hands together for our 2014 and 15 homecoming court. The moment you've all been waiting for, the crowning of your homecoming king and queen. Drum roll, please. Your homecoming king is James Monzon. But certainly not least, can I please have another drum roll for the introduction of your homecoming queen? Your homecoming queen is Kate Ichiki. Congratulations to all members of our homecoming court. One last round of applause for all the court. Let's Let's get rowdy and riled up for the second half, Trojan fans. Let's go, Trojans! One more time, here come your Olympic Trojans. By way of interest, some other scores from around the area tonight. North Kitsap 26, Bremerton 12. O'Day takes care of things versus Bainbridge 42-0. North Mason and Swim are knotted up at 13. And that's in the second half. Black Hills with a 7-0 lead over Port Angeles. And Fort Townsend tonight takes care of Cookville 56-20.
Welcome back to West Sound TV presents High School Football 2014. We are at the Kitsap Sun Game of the Week live streaming, getting this out to the World Wide Web, and of course showing on the cable networks as well, on our local cable access, just making sure our community gets to see this. I'm Kitty Campagna on this mic. I have Spencer Anderson running the camera and doing the live stream. Doc Parr is hanging around helping us out with audio, and he'll come back in the fourth quarter. And on the other microphone, I have Derek Foster. Derek, let's give the people a little bit of background about who you are.
Well, currently I work at the YMCA. I work with youth and teens. It's awesome to come out and see teens playing their hearts out in a football game. But I started my college career at Washington State University, go Cougs, and went there for broadcasting and had the opportunity to broadcast some football games and basketball games for the Cougs, and really something I've always wanted to do as a hobby. So it's nice to be able to have the opportunity, which I'm grateful for. So thank you very much for having me up here tonight. It is an honor.
Well, thank you for coming. You are here for a good game. The hometown Trojans on their home field are leading the Kingston Buccaneers 13-0 at halftime. We've had homecoming activities, brand new king name, a new queen, a lot of the football players out there with some crowns on, having a lot of fun tonight. But they are probably ready to get back there and play some football.
They are. Last half we ended with 2 touchdowns by Olympic. It's shaping up to be a field position game. So it'll be interesting to see what halftime adjustments were made by both coaching staffs here. And let's see, we have Ole kicking off to Kingston, so we'll come out and see what they have going on. But I'm excited to see the offenses open up a little bit more. The defenses are playing well. Let's see what they're going to do to combat that.
Well, you know, the stats I looked at showed Kingston to be a fairly big passing team. And we've seen some attempts, not a lot. So, but some of that has to do with the pressure they're getting on them the Olympic line, wow.
They are. They're shedding their blocks really nicely, and they're taking great angles to the quarterback, which are affecting his angles or his passing lanes, and it disrupts the play a great deal. So great job to the Ole defense.
Kickoff by McInnes, and that is received by number 6, Andy Crawford. Trying to go forward, but he's met a couple Trojans. Number 14, one of those, Trey Schride. So they are going to start out at approximately the 25, 1st and 10. And definitely an opportunity to see what kind of adjustments were made at halftime.
Again, yeah, I mean, you have the spread offense out here. I mean, if it's executed right, you can get a 10-yard gain easily in one play, as you can with all offenses. So let's see what Kingston comes out with here to start the half.
Collette behind center, hands it off to his second man through. He's got some yardage. He's still moving his feet up to the 34. Alex Barrett with a good number of yards on that run.
That was a good 7-yard gain, and he earned every single yard. He was breaking tackles. He kept his legs moving, and he found the lanes. The Olympic defense, they were swarming, but they got to shore up their tackling a little bit better. Got to wrap up the ball carrier and take him to the ground and not just pop him with your shoulder pads.
It's going to be 2nd and about 4. Kingston always enjoying some positive yardage out there. To the back man, he's looking for an opening, but there's a couple Trojans right there, met up with him at the 35.
Again, that Trojan defense, they're seeing the play and they're snuffing it out. They're getting there in numbers and they're swarming it out, so that's a good job by the Trojan D-line.
Yeah, they certainly get the outside corner. There's not been anything getting past them.
No, there hasn't. I mean, that's a great job by the DN to keep contained, to keep the play within their reach, and also for the linebackers to flow with it and be there for backup as well.
3rd and 2. Just started here the second half. Back has that, but met by a host of Trojans. 54, one of them in on the tackle. Keith Moore, the junior.
Looks like he got just enough to get the first down. It was a great run up the middle. Had good holes, and again, these running backs are keeping their feet moving. They're not giving up on the play. That's what you want as a running back. That's what you want. You want to keep your feet moving. You want to keep your center of gravity low, so when you meet contact, you have enough momentum and drive to push through.
1st and 10 on the 38. Kingston getting a little bit of a drive going here. Off to number 5. He's ducks and covers for 3 yards. That's Alex Barrett.
That was a good tackle by the defense. When you see tackles like that, you begin to wonder, is the ball going to pop out soon, just with the way their body twists and turns before they hit the ground.
Well, have we had a turnover other than turnovers on downs tonight? I don't think so.
I haven't seen any.
One that was close to the interception that then turned into the touchdown, so that's about all we've seen.
Well, and you look at how close the score is, too, and a turnover could either break the game wide open or can close the gap depending on who gets the takeaway.
Keeps the ball. Collette finds his receiver. That's Rouser, but nothing doing. He can't corral that at all. Number 21 on the coverage, Marcus Harris, one of the captains for this Olympic Trojan team.
Yeah, I believe it was number 48, R.J. Enriquez on the defense, who was forcing the pressure, forcing the quarterback on the move. So, I mean, when you're a quarterback, you're not able to set your feet. Throwing is much more difficult than it is when you're set, and that's elementary right there. So, but we'll see if the defense keeps pressuring. Maybe we have a 3rd down situation, and we'll see what Harding calls for his team right here.
3rd and 7 at their own 40, not into Trojan territory yet. First man through finds the hole, and he finds the first down across the 50.
That was a great burst by Rouser right up the middle, handing it to the fullback on a 3rd down play. Just gas the defense up the middle for about, I would say, maybe 8 yards. But that was a smart play call in my book.
Moves those chains and almost into Trojan territory.
And it's interesting to see that they're going with a 2-back set out of that. I mean, Kingston, they spread the field, but when you're in the 3rd quarter, you see these teams really start taking it to the ground to tire out this defensive line, because when the 4th quarter comes around, that's when you're really going to see differences and holes open up.
Second man through again, that's number 5, Barrett. Look, but Barrett, he's got the corner. He fakes him out on the side, and he is pushed out at the 25. One of the best runs we've seen out of Kingston this evening, and maybe that is a little bit of that fatigue on the defense on Olympic.
Yeah, these guys are finding some space out there, and they're getting to the second and third levels out there. And again, it's a completely different script for Kingston. They're going with extra linemen. They're running the ball, and let's see how Olympic adjusts to this.
9 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Trojans up 13-0. Buccaneers at the door. Readjusts his route and gets some positive yardage out of that. Nice work by Barrett, the junior.
You know, that's about the 4th time they've run that sweep play to the left side, and it'd be interesting to see if they, A, take it to the opposite side, or if they decide to do a halfback pass out of it, because it's definitely, it can open up later in the game.
Oh yeah, you have the halfback pass. I'm liking it. As you said, it is no holds barred in or high school football. They try some interesting plays at times, which is half the fun.
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
Correct. 2nd and 7. Ball on the 22. Rouser gets it. He finds a hole, but there's a flag down suggestive of holding.
That was a great play by the run, despite, we'll see what the penalty is called, but again, seeing a great burst from the fullback position.
Yeah, the hole that may have been created due to a hold, and that seems to be the case. So that's going to push those Buccaneers right back.
Yeah, as a lineman, you know, you want to keep your hands on the inside of their armpits when you're blocking. And if your guy gets by you, there's tricks that are taught to keep the block holding, but there's sometimes the defense just gets by you and there's nothing you can do. But you just got to keep those hands on the inside and make sure you're not grabbing any jersey.
So, Derek, you said you played high school football. What position did you play there?
I played offensive tackle, offensive guard, and defensive tackle.
Which to me seems that you can speak quite fluently about lineman work.
You know, when it comes to pass protection or run blocking, you know, it's all about hand fighting. You want to make sure you get your hands on the defender's shoulder pads, but that he can't get your hands. You want to keep his hands off of you because that's when he can do swim moves and rip moves.
Collette finds Rouser out there. He looks like he might come close to that first down. There's a nice adjustment.
That was a great play. They rolled it to the right side. Again, they've been attacking the left side of the defense. Now they're going to the opposite side, and they found a good game there.
That was on 2nd and 18. They picked up 16 of those. It's going to now be 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 3 for Kingston.
I mean, Kingston has proven they can run the ball at will on this drive. Let's see if they do that pitch to the left side or maybe even to the right side this time, but it's been working very well this drive.
Collette makes sure his backs are on the same page as he. Hands it to the second man through. That is Ryan Lash this time. And looks like he has a first down. Kingston comes out of the locker room and has taken up the first 4 minutes of this quarter with a drive that's taken them to the 12, 13-yard line.
They're being very methodical with their approach here. And again, you pointed out they've had the ball for about 4 minutes. That's 4 minutes that their defense gets to continue to rest on the sideline. And that's 4 minutes that Ole's defense is out there. And again, we're going to see this really impact the fourth quarter of play here.
First running back through, Rouser gets it up to the 4. Kingston seems to have found a little bit of a key how to move that ball right now.
Looks like they still have enough space to get the first down. Looks like there's a yard to go. So they're still able to get the first down and get more plays. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to try to punch it in or if they just get the first down and get themselves more plays on there and take time away from this Olympic defense and keep them out there.
Would be my guess. They are looking to score anyway, anytime.
Agreed.
Collette finds it, keeps the ball, finds it. Oh, his man, the tight end, Matt Shaw, one of his biggest receivers on the year. He has 17 receptions for 232 yards, not able to bring that one in, and that would have been a touchdown.
It would have. It was a great play call. He's just got to focus on and just complete the catch. You know, we'll see if Olympics defense is keen to that play next time, but that was a great play call. Let's see what they have dialed up for this 3rd and short.
Well, I thought Coletto did a nice job of keeping his head and even though there was pressure coming at him.
I agree.
Oh, and he sneaks through. Everyone, oh, there they are. The hands are up. It is touchdown Kingston. I am not even sure how he made it through. He was wrapped up at about the 2, and then a little extra effort and a dive into the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like he got slingshotted into the end zone by the Ole defender. Was able to keep his feet and his momentum going forward and had the sense of mind to reach the ball across the plane. That was a great play by Kingston's running back.
Number 4, Ryan Fick, in for the extra point. Senior. This is pretty important with the 13-6 score right now.
And the key thing about this is right now the game is a one-possession game, and as we've seen,
arms go up. That's going to be good. 13-7. So the Kingston Buccaneers cut into it and are only 6 points behind, which is, of course, 2 field goals we don't see too often, or 1 touchdown, and they could be an extra point away from being ahead at that point.
well, exactly. And then what they just showed on this last drive is they can run the ball and control the clock. It can really control the pace of the game. And what's going to be important is how Olympic responds on this next offensive drive right here. If they can go down and score, that's going to change the game plan of Kingston. But if they fail to convert here, that's going to spark the motivation and the momentum for Kingston, knowing that they can run the ball and score. So we'll see what happens on this next offensive series for the Trojans.
Oh, it is definitely huge. This is Alex Warland, the senior, who is going to do the kickoff. Just a quick update that I got at halftime, some scores. North Kitsap is leading Bremerton 26-12. O'Day over Bainbridge 42-0 in the third. North Mason and Squim tied at 13 in the third. Black Hills ahead of Port Angeles 7-0 at half. The final, Port Townsend 56, Coopville 20. And yesterday, Clahalia won 41-15, which puts them in really good shape for their playoffs.
Yeah, I look at that O'Day and Bainbridge game and how that has to be I mean, the score doesn't indicate it, but the rivalry. And you have a lot of students who live on Bainbridge that take the ferry every day to go to O'Day.
That is correct, exactly. Oh, the kick is incredible. It goes out of the end zone, and once you have the touchback, there's no running it back in high school.
Nope, and you would think a lot of these players, they watch TV and see them taking the kick from 7-8 yards deep in the end zone and running it out, but, they do that in high school, and I think that's a good rule to protect the players. Because it's a play. I would just take the yards.
Well, there have been so many changes in especially run backs in college where it's now put out on the 25, which it took me a year to even notice that. And the things that they are trying to help prevent concussions, because the momentum that happens on a run back is incredible. Those gunners coming at them.
Oh, definitely. And it started with they moved the kickoffs up to the 35. And wanted to reward them for a touchback to the 25, again, to eliminate concussions. But now with the NFL, what they've done is even though they're kicking off from the 35, now they moved it back to the 20 on a touchback, on a punt or kickoff. So I'm wondering to see what happens next year. It seems like the rules are going back and forth at that level.
2nd and 9 for this Olympic team, only 1 yard on that first time. McGinnis gets so low under center over there, gets it to the first man through. He's got a hole. He's got to hang on to that ball. That's Jordan Chenard with the run, and another first down for Olympic.
That was a great run by Chenard. If he didn't run into his blocker, I think he could have had a chance to possibly take that to the house, but definitely gain some more yards. We'll see what Ole's going to do on this, as we're seeing some rain starting to fall, how that might affect the air game if they decide to choose to go that route today.
You're kidding me.
No,
there can't be rain. It hasn't rained in...
Just looking in the lights, and I see little specks, and I don't think it's glitter.
1st and 10, Ole on their own 32. First man through, that's number 38, Chenard again.
That was a good play fake. You could definitely lost me where the ball was going, but that was a great gain on first down. So we'll see what they're going to do. Seems like they're sticking with the ground game as well. And again, they're trying to control the clock for their sake too.
2nd and 4, and we do talk about how the defenses get tired and the longer the offense is on there, but what we forget is that quite often the defensive guys are also on the offense.
Yeah.
So they're just out there all the time.
Exactly. I remember when I played both ways a couple games, And well, I'll let you tell about this play.
We will check on that. That was number 27, Tyree Johnson with the run, and he's got a first down.
Yep, that was a great run. Straight up the middle, that's what you want to see. You're gashing the defense and keeping them tired. But I remember when I played, and we got a 4th down stop on defense, and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Then I was like, oh, man, I'm still out here.
I'm still out here. No. Well, when I played, it was just on the playground with the guys in grade school, but I had tons of fun. Oh, there seemed to be a lot of movement, many different ways there. I gained the respect of the guys when I tackled the guy with the nickname Rocky. And they voted me in 8th grade the most likely to become the first female coach of the Green Bay Packers. And it hasn't happened yet, but you never know.
You never know. I mean, there's a lot of turnover in the NFL. And you said his
there
name,
you are.
You said his name was Rocky. Did you have, is your theme song Forever Eye of the Tiger now?
That had not happened at that time. I'm way older than that, Derek.
You got about a year on me.
Yes, just one. I believe I figured out that you were born the year I graduated from high school, so just a year. We got Michaela McInnes underneath center. Actually, Katavis in motion. Gives it to Tyree Johnson. He's found a lane on the outside. Meets up with a Buccaneer who just finally takes him underneath his feet. I do see a flag. We're going to have to see what that one's about.
I wonder if that flag may be face mask. I mean, the running back didn't do anything, but we'll see what they're calling here.
Well, and they are very specific about any hit above the shoulders. I read the rule. It's not just a hit to the head or helmet to helmet. They will call that immediately, again, a safety thing that they're looking at. Oh, another flag back in the backfield. So we have a hold on the offensive team. And I think the hit to the head came from Olympic as well. So the running back must have hit the other player.
Yeah, now that I think about it, he did lower his head. And what they're trying to do is to prevent running backs from lowering their heads too. I mean, defensive players do it too, but not only is it a fundamental issue, but it's a safety issue too. I mean, when you're getting hit, you always want to have your head up, your face mask with the contact, not the crown of your head. That's where you see a lot of concussions and a lot of neck injuries too. So referees are really trying to protect the well-being of the players out here.
So this is going to bring it back to 1st and 15 at the moment. I think they're still going backwards. They're looking at the sideline, trying to gear up to where they were and where they should go from there. Because I think that first 5 was the 15 back from where the hit to the head happened, and then we're going to have the holding as well.
Well, I wonder if they can only take one penalty to choose from.
It doesn't look like it because it is 2nd and a ton. They are now on the 31, 2nd and 26 yards to go. We've seen some interesting walk-offs these last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, 1st and 26, do you call that 1st and long or 1st and forever? Or?
Well, when you have running games, it's a long ways. So although they've had some awfully nice long-distance gainers. That looks like Chenard trying to come out of the group there, gets at least 3-4 yards.
It was a great job by the defense. They got the tackle. You discourage against arm tackles, but they had somebody on to slow them up. And on the reverse of that, Chenard carrying the ball. I mean, when they're going to rip the ball, you're taught to kind of flow with them a little bit so you don't pull the ball out. But he was able to keep moving forward while twisting his body with it and kind of using the momentum of the play. So that was a great run by him too for the yards they got. Andrew
Monlux, a senior, one of the Buccaneers in on the tackle. Now this is maybe one that could outrun it, but the ankles are taken out. Meet Ali Chikiti.
What I saw in that play had big play potential written all over it, but the Kingston's defense stuck tight to it. I mean, what I also saw is up the field, I saw great angles by the guys on the backside of the play. They were already posted up on the 40-yard line and the 35-yard line in case McGee broke through, so they were ready to play. That's good coaching right there.
3 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. The Trojans ahead 13-7 and trying to get into Buccaneer territory, but they have a 3rd and 14 right now. McInnes is looking ahead. Oh, Rouser puts out his hand and almost brings it down for the guys with the yellow helmets. Doesn't happen. Evan Quitavis, who was out there for the reception, never had a chance.
Yeah, McGinnis is looking like he's a little shaken up there. I wonder if he hit his hand, his throwing hand on the helmet, but he's kind of wincing in pain a little bit down there as he gets ready for the punt.
I do see exactly what you're talking about, and he is their punter, he is their kicker, he's their quarterback, he was a homecoming prince. I'm not sure what else he's going to do tonight before the evening ends.
I think he might drive the bus too if it was an away game.
Another low kick, but those are pretty effective actually, because really hard to field. Rouser back there, but not able to do anything. Number 14, Trey Schride, comes in to down that.
Well, you make a great point too. I mean, you have to look in the fact the rain's tapering off too, but we don't know how wet the ball is, and if you don't have to pick it up and touch it, just leave it alone. I mean, a kickoff's a different story because it's a live ball as soon as it's kicked, but a punt, if you have great field position, just leave it alone.
Looks like they're going to start out of the 19, first and 10 for the Buccaneers, only trailing by 6. 2:53 remaining here in the third quarter.
And we'll see if Kingston's going to, looks like they're set up with this power run game again. They're going to take some more time off this clock, it looks like.
Giving it to the second guy through. That was Barrett. He gets 3 yards or 4 yards on the carry.
Play number 21, Marcus Harris, on the tackle. That was a good job of being there to fill the gap and get that open field. Not necessarily open field tackle, but a one-on-one situation. Those aren't always the easiest plays to make, but he was there and stopped it from being a big play.
Harris having a really good night tonight. He scored the first touchdown for Olympic, and we have heard his name and repeated it several times for tackles.
Yep, I mean, the defenses, they definitely play off each other with this Olympic defense.
Barrett finds an outside corner. He's going to try to go even farther out. He's got it. He's got a lane. Several Trojans chasing him out. One of them, 6'4", 265-pound Keith Moore, just a junior boy. That's another name that has been called a lot tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, the success of your team depends on your junior class and how far they develop this season, because they're going to be the leaders next year. And we have talent who's at that size. It's hard to find talent that big at this level. So we'll see what they're going to do the rest of this game.
That was a first down, first and 10 from the 30. Again, a nice set of 5 yards from Barrett.
I mean, again, I remember I had a coach saying, if we gain more than 3 yards a play, we're in good position. And these guys are gaining 5 yards a play. That can be discouraging for a defense to have to go against. But that's good. That's the momentum, steady grinding for Kingston out here.
Coletto doing a great job just handing it to whoever coach tells him to give it to. They've been doing a nice job running up. Oh, I think we're either, looked like there might have been some movement.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to get him for, looks like they're getting him from offsides on Olympic.
Offsides on the Trojans.
Go ahead.
I did see movement, but it must have come past the man entering the neutral zone.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting to see. It's definitely a tale of two halves for Kingston. In the first half, we were seeing a lot of forward wide receiver sets, and now we're seeing, a tight end, a fullback, and a running back, and only 2 wide receivers. Traditional pro-style, grinded out football, and that shows to be very versatile, especially when you're going to get to the postseason. You're going to keep defenses guessing with that.
He keeps it. Coletto gets it out to his receiver. That's his tight end, and that man is a big man trying to bring him down. We have 3 Trojans, one of which is Evan Quitavis. That was Matt Shaw with the catch. He's listed at 6'2", 220, but I believe there's a flag down on the play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this play was called. I think it might have something to do with the block that was thrown, or that was implied.
Hit to the head again. Interesting call. That was tough to see as he was surrounded by 3 Trojans at the time. But it might have been on the block, as you said.
You have to give it to these refs. I mean, the game is moving at such a fast speed to be able to recognize that head or that that hit was led with the helmet or it was a hit to the head, and to distinguish that in real time and make the call to throw the flag. I mean, it's not an easy job being an official, so, you know, credit to these guys for seeing those plays out there.
Our man in the white hat, Ace Beckham, tonight, and he is followed up with umpire Mark Bartow, linesman Zach Brown, line judge Mike Henson, back judge Steve Lingenfelter, and the alternate Clint Hoffman. Always like to give them a little bit of credit because, as you said, not an easy position to be in.
No, and then you have coaches who are in your ear all game long, and you know you want to make the right call, and you just want to. And their goal is to keep the game fair.
Barrett to the outside. This is on a 1st and 20. He picks up probably 5. At least chips away a little bit. Only a minute 3 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Olympic's going to need some plays like that to spark their defense and get them back in the game. That was a great play, keeping it to the sideline, kind of those zone replays. But they're doing a great job of stopping that. But they got 2 more downs. It's a long situation for Kingston. They can capitalize here and get good field position. They have a great shot of opening this game up.
It is 2nd and 20 from their own 31. They have to get into Trojan territory for a 1st down.
Looked like Kingston went to the well one too many times. The fullback handoff up the middle. Olympic was waiting for it right there and got the quick stop. So we'll see what they go up here with the 3rd and long situation.
Tommy Fernandez and Umu Timoteo bringing them down. 3rd and 13. 7 seconds. It looks like they're not going to make that happen here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to go to the 4th quarter of action with the score 13 for the Trojans, 7 for the Bucks on homecoming evening. And we will bring back action. Derek, I think I'm going to keep you in here and have Doc come in at play-by-play and keep you for our 4th quarter so you can get most of this game. So I'll say goodbye for me, and we will bring you the 4th quarter shortly.
Welcome back to the final quarter here at Silverdale Stadium. It's high school football Friday night live on the KidsapSun.com. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr. Spencer Anderson is on the camera. Kitty Campagna, your producer. And as we start out the 4th quarter, a little bit of nerves out there for the Olympic High Trojans, who lead 13-7 over the Kingston Buccaneers. Well, I'm the Dr. Doc Parr, and happy to welcome in Derek Foster. And Derek, as we predicted, you want to stay for this 2nd half.
Well, it's a great game. Doc is glad to have you back. I missed you in the 3rd quarter. Kitty is awesome. You know, at the same time, I'm just loving this opportunity to work with you all tonight. As we're starting this 4th quarter, it's crunch time, just as we talked about. It's a grinded-out game. But I still think they haven't played all their cards, so I'm interested to see what happens in these next 12 minutes.
3rd down now for the Kingston Buccaneers, and Coletto going downfield and uncatchable. I suppose they might have been able to call a penalty, but it was uncatchable. It was out of bounds.
I think it was uncatchable, but I mean, with the contact, I mean, I feel like it was incidental.
Yeah.
It wasn't to inhibit the play. Sometimes you're going to have plays like that where they just run into each other. And in my opinion, it's nice to see them not throw the flag so hastily and really play it out.
4th down coming up now for the Buccaneers, and they will kick it away. The ball is on their own 43-yard line. And, a bad snap puts the Buccaneer kicker in a world of hurt. He's going for the pass. He made it, and actually the receiver should have dropped it.
I agree, because now they just got an extra loss of yards there. It was interesting to see. You would like to see in that situation where he at least tries to get the kick off, but that's easier said than done when you have two defenders barreling down on you when you're in the shadow of your own goal line as well.
Well, it was Alex Warland who was the kicker there for the Buccaneers, and he really had nothing he could do. I guess maybe if you were a rugby player, you could have done that running kick.
Speaking of that, what you're seeing a lot in college is you're seeing a lot of the rugby style kicks where the punter will kind of roll to his right or his left and kind of make the read. Do we have the fake or not? And then we're just going to kick it. And you see a lot of that the way it bounces too. You know, it kind of rolls around, and you know, as a returner, you don't want to, if it's bumping and bouncing around, you have to gamble. Do I pick it up? Or, because the footballs, we all know it's not round, so sometimes it's not easy to handle.
Take some weird bounces out there. Well, the Trojans at first down, and a pitch back there to number 34. That would be Logan Madison. And brought down after about a 2.5, 3 yard gain.
Yeah, again, I mean, great field position that the Trojans have. They can afford to run it and just run some clock off. Let's see what they have here. Let's see if they take some shots, because they are within range to do so.
Now, the Buccaneers, though, did what they had to do. They put points on the board in that third quarter, and they held Olympic scoreless.
They did, and they showed that they are versatile. In the first half, like I said, last quarter, they were using the air game, and this quarter they were taking it to the ground game.
Handoff from McInnes, and again it's Madison go up over that left side, and he'll pick up another 2 or 3 on that one.
It looks like Madison is down there, or could be another player. But that was a good run to get some good yardage. I mean, again, it's a lot easier to do a 3rd and 5 or 4 compared to a 3rd and long.
Number 70 is the player down, and that's Uma Timoteo, one of the captains there for the Olympic High Trojans, but
yeah,
he's up.
It's good to see him walking off on his own power. I mean, as a senior playing in your final homecoming game, you want to play every minute of it. So looks like it doesn't look like it's too serious. So hopefully we can see him back out there in a couple plays.
Well, and Timoteo has been one of the stalwarts for the Trojans, not just this year, for the last couple of years.
Yeah. And they have a big line. I could see why they decided to go back to the power run game, because they have some big boys out there, which is tough to find at the high school level.
3rd down now for the Trojans. They've got about 4.5, 5 yards to go to get it first. They got to get inside the 20. And holding on to it, McInnes with a wide open Colton Wade. Second one tonight for Colton.
That was a great play action with the bootleg to the right. Again, this power run game has an opportunity and the ability to set up those deep plays. You know, as a defense, you get sucked into watching the handoff, you know, and you preach toward the line of scrimmage, but then you lose sight of the receiver going behind you. That was a great play. Great play called by the Trojans. And McInnes, he settled into his throw, put it right where only the receiver can get it, and now he got 6 more points on the board to the Trojans.
And a great pattern out there by Wade. He was wide open.
He was, and it was a great flag route running to the far corner. And McInnes, who throws right hand, that's a strong side to throw to. So it was a great play call. They executed it well, in my opinion.
Yeah, McInnes with the PAT. It's through the uprights, and Olympic at the 10-13 mark in the fourth quarter takes a 22-7 lead over the Kingston Buccaneers.
Now it'll be interesting to see. Now we're a 2-possession game for Kingston. The third quarter they went with the power run game. Let's see if they go back to the spread offense that they had in the first half, where they're going to throw it and try to gain ground quickly.
10-13 left to go in the ball game, so they're going to have to do some work. They're not going to have time to lollygag out there.
Exactly, and as a coach too, I can only imagine when the time is ticking down, is not just having the play run, but thinking, what is my next play call going to be? I got to get this in, and we have to get the right personnel out there. So there's a lot going on in such a short period of time. So as a coach, not just for your players, but you're thinking, okay, I have to get my mind prepared for this next quarter and how we're going to call our plays in.
Alex Barrett down inside his own 5-yard line to wait for the kickoff. And once again, the all-purpose guy out there, Caleb McGinnis, kickoff, point after, quarterback, got the popcorn concession, I think, down below.
Yep. I think he's playing the drums right now, too. And the trombone.
20-7 now for the Trojans on a very nice series for them. They did a very workmanlike job of moving that ball down and putting it in the end zone.
They did a great job, and it's easy again. There's a lot less pressure when you have great field position to start, too.
Oh, that's a low one. And let's see. Oh, Alex Barrett watched that one and was hoping that it was going out, and it did at about the 1-yard line.
Slowly crawled out of bounds, and those coffin corner kicks, what they like to call them, within 5 yards of the goal line and 5 yards from the sideline. It's, do you wait and see if it crosses either line? And you have to understand too, the ball is live, so that's a big risk that you're taking with the kick team barreling down there at full speed.
So Kingston, with 10:13 left, is down now by 13 points and starts out on offense at their own 35-yard line.
So it looks like they're looking with the power run formation, but we've seen them throw out of it.
Coletta under center this time, a handoff to Barrett, and he'll go right up through the gut there and pick up about 3.
Be interesting to see if they go with the play action here pretty soon. I mean, time is running down. We're under 10 minutes now in a 2-possession game. So let's see what Coach Harden has up his sleeve right now for the second and 7, I believe.
Ball moved out to about the 38-39, it looks like, yard line. Second down for the Buccaneers. Hand off to the fullback right up the middle, and that'll pick up a nice gain of about 4 or 5.
Just kept his feet driving, his feet moving, and took his momentum forward. You know, had some good yardage after contact there. Probably gained an extra 3 yards after contact on that play.
There's Garrett Rouser. So that's going to bring up 3rd down now and a couple of yards to get that first down for the Buccaneers. The ball at the 44-yard line. They got to get to the 45 or beyond to get that first. And the quarterback, the keeper. All right, I like to see that. Put the head down, go up behind the big guy.
Just go for it. And, you know, we've been calling Coletta's name a lot tonight, not just because he's a quarterback, but he's been making plays, but also Rouser. The last 2 quarters, he's really been involved with the offense here and making some plays. So we'll see if they lean on these 2 guys for the rest of the game.
And Timoteo is down again. And this one looks like it might be a little more serious than the last time. Well, the amazing part to me about Coletto is he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So pretty good for a sophomore getting thrown into the mix just like this.
Exactly. I mean, not sure if he was playing on the freshman team last year, if he was on varsity, but again, a sophomore who's running the offense, that's a big deal. And then to have the respect and trust of your guys that you're leading the huddle out there too, that says a lot, that the coach is putting the ball in the hands of a sophomore.
Well, for at least 2, maybe even 3 years, Kingston had Bobby Reese as their quarterback, which is always one of my favorite football names.
Yeah.
Bobby Reese. And this year, Coletto got the job. Bobby, of course, graduated. And so doing a nice job out there and pretty good prospects for Coach Harder and the Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these guys are a team full of talent. I mean, as I've hit on multiple times tonight, they're able to run the spread offense or the power run offense, and you need personnel to do both. I mean, so that's a great feeling to have as a coach, to know I can go on both ends of the spectrum with football offensive styles and be successful at it too.
And Timoteo coming off kind of slowly to this near sideline. He missed a couple games at the beginning of the year, recovering from an injury. First down for the Buccaneers. Ball at the 46. Coletto with the short pass to Rouser. He's got running room. He's into Olympic territory all the way down to about the 39-yard line.
It's a great play call to set up the screen. I was wondering if we were going to see a little bit of, not necessarily misdirection, but some screens, some draws. They've been setting up the run, having Ole's defense creep in, and they capitalized on that right now.
First down for the Buccaneers. Ball at the Olympic High Trojan 39-yard line. And once again, Coletto goes under center. And after the running back puts his head down, and he's going to pick up some good yardage. That's Alex Barrett.
Again, if you gain more than 3 yards in the first down play, that's a successful first down. These guys are just creeping in, or just under the 35-yard line, so they're marching and showing that they're not giving up in this game and they can move the ball as well. I mean, we have just over 8 minutes left. I mean, this game is far from over and anything can happen.
Plenty of time, all right. Bring second down in about 5.5. Pitch back. Oh, look out. Nice job of defense by the Trojans. And the first guy in there was Marcus Harris.
Marcus Harris, he did a great job. He set up that play defensively because he took the outside shoulder angle to force the running back to stay inside. On defense, when you're going for the tackle, you want to keep the running back or the ball carrier closer to the middle of the field because that's where your help is. That's where your help on defense is. And he did a great job of that and allowed the rest of the defense to keep the play moving laterally and not get any gains going up the field.
Well, we definitely want to thank the kitsapsun.com/GOTW, which is Game of the Week, for streaming this live on the internet. And if you got the Kitsap Sun app on your mobile device, you can pick it up there. And it's made possible by their sponsors, the Peninsula Auto Group down in Gorst with Subarus, Mitsubishis, and Triumph and Husqvarna motorcycles. Amy's on the Bay, an award-winning restaurant down in Port Orchard, right there on the Bay, and Dickie's Barbecue Pit down at the bottom of Mile Hill. We really want to thank them for helping to support live high school football on the internet, and thanks again to the kitsapsun.com. Third down now, and 3rd and 11 after that last loss of yardage. So after a good drive, picking up some yardage, now Kingston in a bit of trouble here. Handoff is to Barrett going around to that left side, but he's not going to get around the corner.
All right, Doc, what would you do here? It looks like they gained about a yard and it's 4th down. Would you go for it? Would you kick it? Given the situation, what would be your call on this?
Well, I would go for it. Unless, of course, I could get Norm up here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, even in this case, the wind, you'd be going into the wind with a kick this way, too. So even a pro would have a hard time maybe with that one. So here they are, 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Coletto's got a receiver. Oh, great job on defense by Olympic High Trojans. Number 36 out there. 38, excuse me, it's Chenard.
That was a great play by the defense. You had pressure coming into the quarterback, which altered the throw, and then you had the defense in the flats. They snuffed out the screen, and they were there ready for it. And not only that, they get a loss of yards, which only helps the Ole offense with great field position. They're starting at their own 42-yard line with 7 minutes to go. I mean, these guys can just run the ball and just eat some clock.
And that's probably what we'll see is a bunch of running coming up here by the Olympic High Trojans. Up 20-7 over the Kingston Buccaneers. The Trojans undefeated in the league at 2-0. Oh, look out over that right side. I think it's going to be right on that first down line.
That was a good burst by the running. I believe that was Madison on the carry. I could be wrong, but that was a great burst by the running back. I mean, he did that not on his own. I mean, the O-line opened some good holes, but that acceleration was definitely noticeable in that play.
And that is a first down for the Trojans into Buccaneer territory. Ball at the 48-yard line with under 7 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Homecoming night for the team in blue and silver, the Olympic High Trojans.
That the defense really has to dial it up here for Kingston if they want a chance to win this game. They need to force a turnover and force one fast or get this Ole offense off the field.
And McInnes with a handoff. Look out! And Tyree Johnson found himself behind that first line of D and made up some yardage.
He did. They must have saw something in the last couple drives with the defense, because the middle of the defensive field is wide open. They're getting big yards, and they're not encountering a lot of contact out there. So we'll see what they're doing. They're going to keep doing that. And again, you know me, I like to play action fake. So we'll see what they do here.
So the Trojans move the ball down to the Buccaneer 28-yard line. First down again. McInnes under center. Got a full house there back this time. And going up over the left side, number 27. So they're working everybody now.
Yeah, like you said, there was left side. Let's see if they keep hammering that left side. They're going to keep the defense guessing. That was a great run there. Nice little 6-yard gain on first down. Again, they're controlling the clock. They're controlling the tempo. And these are the kind of drives you see that kind of put the final nail in the coffin here.
Second down and about 4. The ball is on the 22-yard line. Big old Trojan center out there is doing a pretty nice job.
He definitely is. What I'm seeing from the defense...
Oh, nice job of running there by Keyshawn.
I'm seeing 6 down linemen for Kingston out here, and you would think they would have one less and have a linebacker, considering that they're going directly up the middle majority of the time. To have an extra linebacker out there to help stop that penetration or even throw some run blitzes in there.
Well, we're just about at the 5-minute mark left to go in the game, and the Trojans have a first down on the 17-yard line of the Buccaneers, and that Buccaneer defense is going to have to really stiffen up here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some time left, but they really need to stop. They can't allow Ole to leave this drive with any points.
Oh, look out. What a great move. And once again, it was right over that, in between the tackle and the guard on the right side.
It was, and they're giving the ball to multiple players here. That was number 48, RJ Enriquez, the sophomore out there. Had a great run, great burst. He lowered his shoulder and got some extra yards there. Got enough for the first down.
And indeed, that is a first down inside the 5-yard line. Or no, just outside the 5, actually. It looks like they're going to put it on the 7. But that'll be goal to go for the Trojans. First down and 4:20 with the clock ticking.
Yeah, I think if the Trojans put this one in here, you can, not to call an end to it, but it's going to be a large uphill battle for Kingston to come back with this amount of time left.
Handoff. Oh, there's a bunch of flags on that one. Yeah, that was being carried by Tyree. We'll have to see what those yellow flags that's in that position where you may be looking at holding.
Possibly. I mean, but we've been fooled a little bit tonight. A couple leading with the helmet plays, some helmet-to-helmet contact, but that one looks like holding.
That was the hold against the Trojans. That'll move them back.
Sometimes you wonder as an official, you watch the play and it looks clean from your angle, but somebody throws the flag and you wonder, obviously it looks different from their angle. Not to say there's a disagreement, but just it's so important they have so many guys keeping all angles covered to make sure they're seeing everything out there.
Which is always something I've been saying about soccer. Why don't they have a few more referees out there?
I don't know if they want a lot of guys running out there for 90 minutes straight.
Okay, first down for the Trojans. Ball back on the 14-yard line, goal to go. And it's going to be a keeper. And McInnes is going to be brought down inside the 10 on that one, but the clock is still running. That.
Yeah, it was a smart play there. I mean, all you want to do is just run the clock out here and just eat up as much time as you can. Just put the ball in the end zone. If you can, but again, you're taking time off and limiting Kingston's options for a comeback here.
Coming up at the end of this season, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be our game of the week on Halloween, will be the Olympic High Trojans at North Kitsap.
That's going to be a good one.
I think so. I think that will be.
Again, talking about the playoff picture shaping up, that's going to be a pivotal game.
And again, McInnes is just going to hold it on his hip, and he's going to get into the end zone. At the 3-minute mark in number 4, the Olympic High Trojans put another 6 on the board, and I think I heard those nails being pounded in that coffin.
Just a little bit, or they might be the drums that we hear below us too. But that was a great run by McInnes. You know, his strong side, great blocking. He had a convoy out in front. To be honest, when I saw the play develop, I thought there was the potential for a pass if they wanted to take it, but he made the smart play and just ran it in, got the easy 6, and we're looking at a 26-7 game with the extra point coming up.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for 2. And again, McInnes is just going to hold on to it and put the 2 PAT on the board. Points after touchdown.
Make it an even 28 points. Look, again, that's the nail in the coffin, the extra tap to make sure it's in their square.
So 3 scores down now for the Kingston Buccaneers, and unfortunately for their fans, only 3 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, despite the score, I mean, and I know we have 3 minutes left. These players came out to fight. They are giving a great effort out there, and especially after a big win against Bremerton last week. I mean, they came to play. So, I mean, hats off to Kingston. They're doing good things here, and I look forward to seeing them improve as the season goes along.
Well, and again, as we mentioned earlier, there are 4 positions for postseason. First 2, 1 and 2, will get home field, and then the other 2 could be almost anywhere in the state.
Yeah.
But, and so, you know, Kingston certainly is in that battle for that top 4.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn from this game. I mean, they're definitely going to need to watch some film over the weekend and get their game plan ready to go for next week. But there's some bright spots with this team here.
And in the 1A side of the Olympic League, Klahowya and Port Townsend now, the 2 up on top. And I believe they're going to play each other one more time. Klahowya won last night, and Port Townsend won tonight.
Wow, so we'll see how those guys play out too. I mean, Klahowya is coming a long way as well. So it's nice to see, you know, a lot of the teams in the county playing some great football this time of year.
And the kickoff picked up on about the 5-yard line by Barrett. Flag comes in. Barrett will be taken down at about the 20-yard line.
It was a good job by number 80, Davis Blackman, getting through the coverage, breaking the wedge a little bit to make that tackle. We'll see what this flag call is.
It's going to go against the Buccaneers. And they're saying a block in the back.
That's a no-no. You see, well, you can't say it at this level because they don't have names on the back of their jerseys, but typically if you see a name on the back of the jersey, just leave them alone.
And that's one of those, too, that sometimes is just hard to avoid.
Yeah.
You've got your momentum already going one direction. The guy turns halfway around, and boom, you get the flag.
I know. And I wonder sometimes, too, if it's when you first engage a player, because sometimes you'll get him from the side, and then he'll turn his back, and your hand's still on him. So I wonder how they call that, if you engage him legally at first, and then he turns, or if it's just initial. So I'd like to find that out sometime this week.
That actually is a good point there. I would think that if the initial engagement is okay, and especially if the other player causes the foul to be committed, but that's a lot of thinking out there in a very short period of time.
Yeah, exactly.
First down now for the Buccaneers back at their own 7-yard line. Or 12-yard line. And they'll pick up a couple on that. Ryan Lash ball carry.
I believe that was, I'm trying to see who was on the tackle, but he filled that gap really fast, so that was a good defensive effort.
Coletto wants to go to the air, nobody to go to, brought down in the backfield, and it's number 58, Lee Smithley.
He just shot through right there. The protection just kind of left him open. and he made a great play, a nice little shoestring tackle. These guys looks like they're within their 10-yard line, so I mean the clock's ticking down. This defense is turning it up a little bit to close this game out.
Loss of yardage on that one, bringing up about 3rd down and, well, I would say 13, 12 or 13 to go out there on this 3rd down play for the Buccaneers. Handoff up through the middle, and there's some running room.
Looks like he may have gotten it.
He did, I think.
There's still some fight left in these Buccaneers. I love it.
That was Jonathan Ginzo, a senior out there carrying it for Kingston. And yes, indeed, 1st down with 1:41 left to go. At least they get it out of their own red zone and move it up to the 24-yard line.
And that's good sportsmanship right there. I mean, a lot of people think sportsmanship is just about having a positive attitude, but it's playing tough and giving maximum effort to the end and not giving up. So I really like what I'm seeing from Kingston in this aspect.
Oh, Coletta had the receiver. Number 8 out there, Ryan Lash, just could not. I think that was one of those classic examples of he was looking turned downfield before he looked that ball all the way into his hands.
Got to have one before two. You know, you got to focus and concentrate. You know, let one happen first and then the other.
2nd down coming up now for Kingston. 1:27 left on the clock here at Silverdale Stadium in this ball game.
There's a spread formation we've been missing this half.
Oh, nice defensive effort that time.
That was Harrison again.
Yeah,
or Harris, my mistake.
Marcus Harris knocked that one out.
Yeah, he laid out for that one. That was a great defensive play. I mean,
that was.
The throw looked like it could have been there, but he rejected it.
3rd down now for the Buccaneers. Ball on the 24. Hand off to the running back, and pretty good yardage there for Jonathan Ginza.
These guys are still showing the fight. That was a great run. Looked like they picked up about 5, 6 yards in the play, maybe 7. Let's see what they can do to convert to get this 1st down here.
4th down and a couple. Well, they're bringing in the kicking team, but we've seen that one before tonight.
Yeah, we saw that fade. I'm not calling it this time, though.
Yeah. Under a minute left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, it looks like these guys are just trying to get out of here and let the clock run down as much as possible.
Kicker is Alex Warland. And they're waving. They need another player out there in red and gold. There they go.
Now they have all 11.
And not a bad boot. It'll go down to about midfield and be downed there by Kingston with 15 seconds on the clock. Pretty much all you need is that kneel down here, and the Olympic High Trojans have won their homecoming.
Exactly. You're going to go out and see this victory formation. Probably the best formation a team gets to practice during the week. And we'll see how they do it. I mean, I always think when they have the victory formation, they have the guy who's about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage just in case. But you just wonder how everybody is, you know, okay, this is so easy, it's so easy, but let's not mess this up.
Yeah.
You know? So I always look at that play as there's always a chance that something could happen if you're the team that's trailing.
Especially in the pro game, where you've got those really big and really fast guys up on the line. Yeah, this should do it. And down for that. There's a flag out there. And actually, that was Evan Quitavis QBing on that for the Trojans. And they're going to say it's against Olympic.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to call a illegal formation, because we did see two guys, and it looked like two guys in motion on there. So we'll see, because they got set, and then one moved further back, and then the tight end moved back off the line too. So we'll see if that was it, because I didn't see any movement, but it could have been a false start as well.
Well, you know, I did not see the call there. So folks will have to look that in replay to see that one. 13 seconds on the clock, and this should do it. Down is Quatavis, and the Olympic High Trojans come away with a pretty good 28-7 victory over a good Kingston Buccaneer team.
Yeah, this is a good game that we got to see. Both teams fought hard, but the ground game for Ole prevailed a little bit. They showed some cool wrinkles with the play action and with rollout plays. So it'll be interesting to see how Ole progresses through this season with this offense. The defense played well tonight. I've seen them play better, but they still are a great team out there. So we'll see what they go back to practice this week with and how they come out firing next week. In Kingston, these guys are a couple plays away. They're a couple plays away from having another win in this game, another win this season. So we'll see how they look as well, too. But really impressed by the effort I see out here tonight from these guys. Really excited for the rest of the season. This is where you kind of get into the stretch run and where the playoff picture becomes clear and when the games mean a lot more and the effort level goes through the roof. So I'm excited to watch the rest of this season in Olympic League football.
Well, we have 3 more weekends coming up live Friday night streaming on the KitsapSun.com/GOTW for you. Thanks to the Kitsap Sun and their sponsors, Peninsula Auto Group down in Gorst, Dickey's Barbecue Pit at the bottom of Mile Hill in Port Orchard, and Amy's on the Bay right there in downtown Port Orchard. For West Sound TV, Silverdale Stadium, Spencer Anderson's been doing the camera work for you tonight and running the computer for the Sun. Kitty Campagna on the microphone part of the time and producing our high school sports. I'm very happy to be working with Derek Foster on this one. Good job there. That sounded good.
Well, thank you very much, Doc. Again, as I said before, it was definitely an honor to have this opportunity and a lot of fun. And it's just a pleasure to watch football, a sport that I enjoy watching and seeing the progress of the kids, but also getting to know you and Kitty tonight and just hanging out. So it was a blast. I look forward to hopefully being able to do this again down the line if you guys have me. But this is a great time. I'm glad we can do this for our community, and it was fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. It's definitely a lot of fun. And those of you that are into the high school sports, come on out. Friday night, you can't beat it. Friday night lights. And so far this season, we've had pretty good weather for our Friday night football.
It's been definitely a dry season, which is not common in Washington this time of the year. So I will take it.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm the Dr. Doc Parr for West Sound TV, saying thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We will see you soon.